I'm gonna show you in this video what it means the XML namespace, Android app and tools on the XML files. But this tutorial is going to be in English and on Spanish. Please understand. Para la gente que habla español les voy a enseñar qué significa el nombre de los XML, la parte que dice el nombre de Android, app y herramientas y tools. Android, app y tools. Entonces voy a dar la explicación en inglés primero y luego en español. Gracias por ver esto. Thank you for watching this video. Let's start. First, you should or you have some time when you are developing the apps, ask yourself what it means Android, apps, and tools, and what this is for, each one of these. It's very simple. Right now I'm using this data binding, don't mind that, but each one of these has its own uses. The Android, this namespace Android, and you can see here, this one, it's used when you build your app. This takes the core of the Android and construct, build the layouts that are placed here on the layout on the XML files. So the Android is the core. It's what this is, the core of the Android. App is for other uses. Is for the things that you don't want to use from the core, but you should use on your project itself. I need an example in order that you understand this, but you have to wait. It's more easy for me to explain what is tools and later what is apps. So let's begin with tools. The tools, what is them for? This namespace, what is for? The Android is what you going to have when you build your app. Everything here, you should view it only when you build your app, and these two help you to view the views here on this preview. But whatever you see here, you're going to view when you run your app, when you build your project and run your app on a virtual device or a real device. But the tools are made, for example, let's use the example of this drawable here in the background. Imagine that I want to use another image, not this one, but other. And for example, it's a blank space that doesn't have anything. It's only image that are transparent but had his own width and height, in order that you can display here the image and that consume the space, the width and height needed for the layouts that have, for example, let me see which one, this one, wrap content here and wrap counter here on width and height. When you use wrap content, the layout automatically resizes itself to wrap the content of the view that you have. So in some case you need, for example, for an image that the wrap content wrap it when you build your application, but on some specific size of the image. You should have, or you might be had this problem before. You build your app and you don't set an image at first, and then later programmatically you set an image to the image view, and you see that the new image doesn't display, and you wonder what this happened. It's very simple. It's because when you build your application and on the activity when the layouts are inflated, in that case, and you don't have the image view, you don't have any data about the height and the width of the image. So then the activity inflate the layout with 0, 8, and y, and you maybe need a dummy image that doesn't have anything, that is transparent but have the size of the width and height of the image that you should view here. You should use here on that space, on the image view. Then, what you can do, what you should do, it's very simple. You should use that image transparent, but when you use that transparent image, you want to view that image on the preview here on Android Studio. What you need is to use that transparent image, that dummy image, and that should be fine. But how you see that here on the preview, that exactly is for the tools namespace here, because the tools namespace, the attributes that you use here on the views, inside the views that contains the tools, it's only being used during the preview here in Android Studio. And for example, imagine that, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say imagine very well, and I usually say this as something like vagina, or I don't know how to say it, sorry for that. Imagine that this image is transparent, it doesn't have anything, but I want to display only here on Android Studio, only here on Android Studio, not when building the app, not on your devices, but only on Android Studio Preview, some image. Then I have to use tools namespace, and that's all. I can use here any image that I could have. For example, but let's use the same Fox image, but Ctrl V, Fox 2. Okay, great. Add. I'm gonna change the color to blue, or red, green, or 0, 0, and that's all, blue. Okay, let's replace this in order to show you how this works. Ready. Okay, let's see the preview. No, this is blue. Okay. Imagine that I want to show only here on Android Studio preview here on this place. The blue files. Then I have to use the blue files, and it should focus to okay. It's not recognized yet. Build clean project. It's what happened. It needs to add this new image. Okay, no, it's refreshed. And now it can appear. It's supposed that I should be viewing here till files, blue files instead of the regular one, of the gray one. I don't know why this doesn't show this, but it should display the files below. Let me see where's here layout here. Tools, background. I see files too. Why is this happening? I don't know. Let's close this activity and open it again. Okay, building. That was the problem. It needs to build the view. Okay, no, it's showing. It's very simple. But when I build this app, it's not gonna show the view file, the blue files, but instead the gray one. Let me show you. It's gonna take some minutes, and while this is starting to open, okay, this closed. Okay, well, while this is restarting, let me tell you what is app namespace. The app namespace is used for the things that not the core of the Android, but the things that you create or that you have or you import from repositories or other models here on your Android app. What kind of use you could do with this app thing? You could see here layout constraint here. Why it has to use the app and not the Android? Because this app is used for the things that you have here onto the Google Play. Sorry, for the things that you implemented. Constraint layout here. As you implement this library don't going to use the Android namespace because that is the core of the application of all application on Android, but instead it's going to use app because it's another model. It's a repository that you download here with this implementation. Okay, that explains it out. You could use it later. I'm gonna explain this in another video how to have compatibility on vector drivable back on all apps on Android, and you need to use the app namespace for that. It's very simple, but nobody tells how to do that. And some people told you that you have to use some repositories. You have to implement some repositories external that doesn't have anything to do with Google, and it's crazy that you should do that because it's very simple how to have a compatibility on Android back to the older apps. Okay, this is okay. It's running. Let's click on run, and this will be out. Okay. Let's recap. Android is the core. The namespace of Android is the core of the Android. You should use it almost for everything. Almost for everything that is native to the code. That is included on the code. The tools, it's only used for the data that you want to see only here on Android Studio, not on the world, but only on Android Studio. Display something. It should be useful for the image in order to have on the when the layouts are inflated on to have some size of the image with a dummy image transparent, for example. Okay, and finally the app is used for the things that are imported by some libraries. For example, the Android X library that we use, and Android X have the constraint layout. Okay, let's wait a little. I'm going to start to make this explanation on Spanish too. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your time. If you want to help me, please make a donation on Neurosistemas, on PayPal /Neurosistemas or Patreon /Neurosistemas. If you have any question, please leave a comment here on the section below, or contact me on Facebook on Neurosistemas. Facebook /Neurosistemas is there. Or the links that you see on screen. The links that you see on screen, because I think it was not /Neurosistemas, but Facebook /Neurosistemas 21 or something like that. But you can see the link on the screen, so use that to contact me. Okay, thank you for watching this. I'm sorry for the long way. This thing that takes a long time to build the app and show you how it displays the gray fox instead of the blue fox. The blue fox you can see here with the main activity as a display here, but not on the actual application here. See what I told you? This is the gray files, but you here see the blue files because I use the tools background to make that possible. Okay, thank you. See you later. I'm going to explain this on Spanish. Ok, gente, ahora sí ya podemos hacer esto en español. Es bastante sencillo, bastante sencillo. ¿Qué significa el Android aquí? ¿Qué es lo que significa? El Android es la parte central aquí en el XML que te está cuando se crea la aplicación. Esta parte, todas las aplicaciones ya la tienen incluidas. Todos los componentes que tú puedes ver aquí que tienen Android no necesitan de implementación de librerías, no necesitan. Tú creas una actividad y ya viene por defecto. Android, puro Android. Entonces, esto es exactamente lo que significa. Que tú tienes acceso directo a la parte central de la aplicación. ¿Qué es lo que significa apps? Bueno, eso lo explico en un rato. ¿Qué es lo que significa tools? Tools significa que son aquellas cosas que tú solo quieres que se vean en el preview, en la previsualización que te muestra Android Studio. Por ejemplo, yo quiero que aquí se vea en azul GUI files. Solo aquí. Tengo otro GUI files que es gris, que es este que está acá. Este quiero que se vea cuando la aplicación ya la instale, cuando la aplicación ya se vea. Entonces, ¿cómo le puedo hacer para esto? ¿Cómo le puedo hacer para que esto funcione? Para tener solo uno que se muestre aquí y el otro que se muestre ya cuando se construyó la aplicación, ya en los dispositivos. Sencillo. Yo utilizo tools aquí, background, para mostrar el Faux azul, que ustedes pueden ver acá, y el Android background para mostrar el Faux gris. Lo pueden ver aquí en este ejemplo. Este ejemplo lo utilicé para la parte en que le expliqué todo esto a las personas en inglés. Ok, lo voy a instalar de nuevo para que vean que no es engaño. Se está instalando. Van a ver cómo mi contraste, ¿no? Mientras que acá está en azul, ustedes lo van a ver acá en gris. Entonces, para eso es tools. Para lo que tú quieras mostrar acá. Nada más. Listo. Ahí pueden ver que no me entiendo. Ahora, ¿para qué es app? Vamos al que es el app. App solo te va a servir para todas aquellas cosas que no vengan en la parte central de la aplicación, en el core de la aplicación, sino que sean partes de las librerías que tú implementes, por ejemplo, o de módulos externos que tú también implementes. Para eso debes de utilizar app. ¿A qué me refiero? Miren, este es un constraint layout. El constraint layout lo tengo aquí solo porque aquí está la librería importada. Implementation a Android X constraint layout. Como pueden ver, aquí el constraint layout. Como pueden ver aquí, el constraint layout es una librería implementada. Por lo tanto, debo de utilizar app. ¿Para qué más me puedo servir esto? Lo voy a explicar en otro video que voy a mostrar más adelante. También va a estar disponible aquí en el canal. Tú puedes utilizarlo hasta incluso para el drawable, para las imágenes, para que haya una retrocompatibilidad con APIs anteriores. Pero bueno, gracias por su tiempo, gracias por haber estado aquí y si tienen dudas, con gusto se las resuelvo. Puede ser a través de aquí de un comentario o a través de la página de Facebook. Están viendo los enlaces en pantalla. Si me quieren apoyar, hagan una donación en PayPal o Patreon, se los agradecería muchísimo. Y no olviden darle like, suscribirse, comentar y compartir. Bueno, gracias por todo y nos vemos hasta la próxima. Les ha hablado Cero desde Neurosistemas Live. Bueno, desde NeuroArc Apps y Tutoriales. Hasta luego.